This video is not clickbait. If you're new to this channel, be ready to take notes and change your financial future forever. You know, that $20 bill, it vanishes so quickly, right? Maybe it's a quick lunch or that fancy coffee, perhaps even an impulse buy. We've all been there. But here's a question for you. Did that purchase really matter in the long run? Probably not. Now, what if that same $20, what if it could be the start of something much bigger? What if it could grow? I'm talking about generating real monthly income, over $6,000 in fact. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Almost too good to be true. Well, in this video, we'll break it down. We'll explore how, with the right strategy, it's possible. We'll look at how to select investments, and we'll see how a consistent approach can turn that small weekly amount into a portfolio that could pay you significant dividends. Now, before we go further, let me say this. Some people think financial advisors are overrated. There, I said it. But seriously, we'll get into why, and you can decide for yourself. First though, let's get on the same page. We need to understand the basics. We need to talk about dividends. Chapter 1. Understanding dividends. Alright, so we've talked about that $20. Now let's talk about how it can work for you. Let's get into dividends. What exactly are dividends? Well, they're a piece of the pie. A company's profits, to be exact. Companies share their success. They do this with their investors. They pay out a portion of their earnings, and that portion, that's the dividend. It's a way for them to reward you for investing in them. Usually, you'll see these payments quarterly, so every 3 months roughly. Think of it like this. You own shares in a company. That company makes money. They then give some of that money back to you. It's a cash payment. The amount you get? It depends on how many shares you own. For example, let's say a company pays a $1 dividend per share. You own 100 shares. You'd get $100. Simple as that. And here's the key. You don't have to sell your stock to get this money. You get paid just for holding on to those shares. This is why dividends are so powerful. They create passive income. You're essentially getting paid for owning a piece of the company. Let's illustrate. Imagine you invest $1,000. The company has a 5% dividend yield. That means over the year, you'd earn $50. Just for owning the stock, no selling needed. To put it in another way, that's like earning $50 without having to do any extra work. Now, here's something important. Not all dividends are created equal. Some companies consistently raise their dividends. These are great for long-term growth. They show the company is doing well. For example, some companies have a history of increasing their dividends year after year, which can significantly boost your returns over time. Other companies, they might cut their dividends, especially when times are tough. So you need to be selective. Focus on companies with a strong record. Look for those that reliably pay and even grow their dividends. This is crucial for a steady income stream. It's like choosing a reliable tenant for a rental property. You want someone who pays consistently. Chapter 2. Dividend Reinvestment Plans, or DRIP, versus non-DRIP. So we've covered dividends. Now, how do you actually receive them? There are two main ways. You've got DRIP and non-DRIP. Let's break down each one. First, non-DRIP. This is the simpler of the two. With non-DRIP, the company sends you the dividend in cash. It's deposited into your account. You can then spend it, save it, whatever you want. For example, remember that $1,000 investment we talked about? It had a 5% yield. With non-DRIP, you'd get that $50. You get the cash, but your initial investment stays at $1,000. It doesn't automatically grow. Now, let's talk DRIP. DRIP stands for Dividend Reinvestment Plan. This is where things get interesting. Instead of getting cash, your dividends buy more shares of the company automatically. Using that same $1,000 investment, Imagine you get that $50 dividend. With DRIP, that $50 doesn't go into your bank account. Instead, it buys more shares of the company. If each share costs $25, you buy 2 more shares. Now you own more shares. And here's the magic. The next time dividends are paid, you get paid on those extra 2 shares as well. So your dividend payment is now slightly higher. This is the power of compounding. You're not just earning a return on your initial investment. You're earning a return on your returns. Over time, this makes a huge difference. Your investment grows faster and faster. To illustrate, consider this. With non-DRIP, your $1,000 investment might generate a steady $50 a year, assuming the dividend stays the same. But with DRIP, your shares increase. Your next dividend might be $52, then $55, and so on. Over the long term, DRIP can significantly increase your overall returns. It's a powerful tool for building wealth. It allows you to harness the full potential of compound growth. Chapter 3. IV, Investment Strategies. All right, so we've talked about dividends and DRIP. Now, let's look at the ways you can invest. There are several key strategies to consider. First up, ETFs. These are exchange-traded funds. Think of them as baskets of investments. They can hold stocks, bonds, or other assets. ETFs are great because they're diversified. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket. They're also low cost. This makes them a good option for beginners. You can start with a small amount of money and you get instant gratification. Next, we have stock investing. This is where you buy shares in individual companies. You become a part owner. The goal here is to buy low and sell high. Or, in our case, to hold for the long term and collect those dividends. Investing in individual stocks can offer higher potential returns, but it also comes with more risk. You need to do your research. You need to understand the companies you're investing in. And then, of course, there's dividend investing. We've already touched on this, but it's worth reiterating. This strategy focuses on buying stocks that pay out regular dividends. The goal is to create a steady stream of income that can grow over time. As companies increase their payouts, or as you reinvest those dividends, remember DRIP? A key thing to remember about stock investing is the power of time. As mentioned earlier, if you consistently invest $20 a week into an index fund, your money can multiply over time due to compounding. Even with an average return, you can end up with a significant amount. This is because the interest you earn starts generating its own interest. So, to sum it up, you have ETFs for diversification and low cost. You have stock investing for potential higher returns and dividends. And you have dividend investing for steady income. Each has its own place, and the best strategy for you will depend on your goals and risk tolerance. Chapter 4. Achieving the $6,000 per month goal. So let's talk about the big question. How do you actually reach that $6,000 per month? Well, it's important to be realistic. This isn't an overnight thing. It takes time. It takes consistent effort, and it takes a smart strategy. The key to this whole thing is compound interest. We've mentioned it before, but it's so important it's worth repeating. Compound interest is like a snowball. It starts small, but as it rolls, it picks up more snow, and it gets bigger and bigger. In investing, this means your money earns money, and then that earned money also earns money. Over time, this effect becomes very powerful. For example, remember that $20 a week? Over 30 years, that can turn into a significant amount. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. But, and this is crucial, you have to be consistent. You can't just invest for a few months and then stop. You need to keep putting that $20 in every week, even when the market goes up and down. Also, remember DRIP? Reinvesting those dividends is key. It's like adding more fuel to the fire. It accelerates the compounding process. It allows you to buy more shares, and those extra shares generate even more dividends. To achieve a substantial monthly income like $6,000, you need a long term perspective. You need to be patient, and you need to stick to your plan. The power of consistent investing and compound interest working together can help you reach your financial goals. Chapter 5: Investing During a Recession. Okay, so what about when things get tough? What about a recession? How does that affect our plan? It's true, economic downturns happen. We see things like tariffs. We see market volatility. These events can definitely impact investments. But, and this is important, you need to keep a long term perspective. The stock market goes up and down. It always has. It always will. Historically, markets recover. They bounce back. So, if you're investing for the long haul, you shouldn't panic when the market dips. In fact, some see downturns as opportunities. You can buy quality assets at lower prices. It's like a sale on stocks. Also, remember diversification? Spreading your investments across different assets can help. It can cushion the blow during a recession. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. The key is to stay the course. Stick to your plan. Keep investing that $20 a week, even when it feels scary. Because over the long term, consistent investing tends to pay off. All right, so let's wrap things up. We've covered a lot today. We started with that $20. We talked about dividends. We looked at DRIP and non-DRIP. We explored different investment strategies, and we even discussed investing during a recession. The main thing to remember is this: consistent investing is powerful. Compound interest is your friend, and a long-term view is essential. It's about making small, regular contributions and letting time do its work. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about building wealth steadily. So, start investing today, even if it's just a small amount. Learn more, do your research, and take control of your financial future.